Hi Libra, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so you won't miss out on any further videos. So this is going to be a love and spirituality reading for the remainder of September. And like I said, this will be for the sign Libra in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus signs in your chart. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to pull 3 for the past position first, and we'll see what messages come through. Okay. Star card right off the bat. That's a good energy. Star card, Queen of Cups, and the King of Swords came up. So we have the Star card in the past position. We have the Queen of Cups, and we have the King of Swords in reverse. And at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Ten of Swords. Okay, so with the Star card being in the past position and it being right alongside the Ten of Swords, a lot of you could have gone through a painful ending in the near past, but the Strength card is right underneath the Ten of Swords and right along with the Knight of Swords, so I'm being guided to pay attention to all 3. So like I said, the Strength card is here, the Ten of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So it could have been an ending that came very quickly and abruptly. It could have been an ending that happened through either something on social media or through texting, calling, or there could have just been a lot of sharp words exchanged between you and someone else that made a situation come to a, like I said, a complete and total ending. But you are showing, or you did show, because this is the past position, a lot of strength in the situation. So it's kind of like, I'm getting with the Strength card that you were able to show such strength in the situation because you kind of expected the ending. Like it wasn't something that was necessarily a shock or a surprise. Like you were kind of bracing yourself for it. That's for some of you. But for a lot of you, it may have been a surprise. And you may have found out a lot of things that... it's weird because I don't see any tarot cards on the deck that talk about secrets, but I'm feeling the energy of secrets or something that was like kept in the dark. And someone finding out things that were kept in the dark. Either way, like I said, there was a painful ending and you were showing a lot of strength through this time period. So this was in the past. So with the Star card being here, this talks about healing, and I'm also getting the energy of guidance. So a lot of you could have been seeking out guidance because of this past situation, because of the way that things ended. A lot of you could have been looking for support or for people to help uplift you is what I'm seeing. With the Strength card, I'm getting this energy of you having to really lean on other people to help you because this is something that was that painful to you. And if you didn't have anybody to lean on, I feel like you're just kind of seeking out a higher power or seeking out God to lean on. So it's like a time period where you're really focused on your healing in the near past. With the Queen of Cups, I do feel like you are healing in the correct way with the Star card and the Queen of Cups being in the upright. Because with the Queen of Cups being in the reverse, that usually talks about codependency or someone who is just extremely emotionally drained because they gave too much to a situation. So I feel like even if in the past you did give to a love situation too much, in this situation, the ending, it's like you ended on a high note. Not saying that you ended in a good way with the person or that you're happy about the ending, but I feel like, how do I explain this? I feel like the ending took place right before you were at your wit's end, like right before you reached your breaking point. You were kind of pulled out of that situation. So you're more likely to heal and recover in a positive, healthy way because you didn't get to you didn't hit the extreme rock bottom that I've been seeing in a lot of other signs, because I've already done fire signs and I've done water signs, and the Queen of Cups has come up in both other elements, and they've been in the reverse though. So like I said, that's when you have been emotionally spent to the point where you have like absolutely nothing left, and when you hit that point, it's very hard to kind of pull yourself up out of it. So I feel like the Queen of Cups coming up in the upright is a positive thing for you, because this situation is like you left just in time, or you got pulled away from it just in time, where you're able to kind of stand up and kind of move forward in a healthy and positive way, and you're more likely to recover and not be like emotionally damaged or like closed off from the situation. Also with the Queen of Cups is what I'm getting is that a lot of you are just feeling extremely hypersensitive, and that's normal for someone who has had like a very bad situation end or a situation that ended badly, you do become more sensitive when your heart is broken. So be kind of careful of that. I was getting the message of what is it called? Overstimulation. So kind of stay off of social media as much as you can. You can be around people, but be careful of the energy that other people are bringing into your environment, because like I said, when you're going through heartache or you're going through a difficult time, you actually are more likely to absorb negative energy, is what I'm seeing. So the King of Swords being in the reverse, I feel like this may be the person that you had to kind of dismiss from your life. So this could be an air sign, or it could just be someone who was kind of cutting with their words, who was kind of emotionally or mentally manipulative in some way. Or it could be a person who abruptly cut you off. The King of Swords could be someone who ghosts someone, or who is just very conflict avoidant. So they don't like to talk about their issues. They don't like to talk about their problems. They would rather just disappear. So you could have been dealing with someone like that you had to remove yourself from in the recent past. Okay, sorry, I had to take a quick breather. I started feeling really like overwhelmed and hot. So I'm wondering if that is the energy I'm picking up from some of you. Just this really overwhelming feeling I got, and I had to take a break for a second. So let's move into the current position cards. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, current position. Strength card comes up in the reverse. The Three of Wands. Five of Wands. Okay, so the Strength card is now coming up in the reverse. It came up in the upright in the past position. So with the Strength card coming up in the reverse this time, I feel like I said, in the past you were showing great strength through the situation, but some of you now could be feeling somewhat weak, like you're feeling somewhat tired or feeling somewhat drained, like you felt like you had the strength and the energy to look forward and move forward, but now you're kind of hitting a standstill. I think it was in the Leo reading. Yeah, the Leo reading, where I was talking about waves of emotions when you're going through healing. So it's like in the past you can be up, you can be feeling strong, you can be feeling like, okay, I got this, and then like the next day or the next week you can be feeling like, okay, I don't got this and I'm not strong enough to get through this. So some of you are feeling that way. And of course you are strong enough to get through it. It's all a matter of you just like riding the waves of this healing process, because like I said, healing comes in waves. It's not just like a straight line upwards. It's like it goes up and down. So you have to kind of ride those waves as they come and honor whatever feelings that you have about the situation. And I feel like even through you not feeling strong, the Strength card is still coming up right under the Star card. So even through you not feeling strong, that in itself is a form of healing, because you're learning how to kind of surrender to pain and how to kind of pay attention to your pain. So in the past, you may have been someone, what I'm getting intuitively is that you may have been someone who didn't surrender to their pain. Like you go through something and you try to quickly rush through it and get to the other side of healing, or you try to distract yourself with certain methods. Could be negative distractions, could be positive ones, but either way, it's like not honoring the fact that you are in some type of pain. So I feel like through this situation, you are learning a lesson, or you're learning how to deal with the healing process in a different way than you're used to, because you're having no choice but to surrender to the pain. And I'm seeing the Seven of Cups in reverse, so this talks about having no choices, like having, excuse me, having no means of distracting yourself. So having, like I said, no choice but to kind of sit with what happened and sit with the pain of it all, is what I'm seeing. Okay, so with the Three of Wands being in the heart of your reading, this is talking about moving forward and looking forward. Even though things don't look positive or things don't look like they're going to work out in your favor, it's about having the strength that they are going to work out regardless. Because you can see in the card, it's like someone who is traveling through the desert, and when he's looking forward into the desert, like you can't see any, there's nothing there. It's just like a large stretch of land. So you don't have a clear view of what's going to happen, but it's about having the faith that when you embark on the journey, that you're going to come out on the other side of this in a positive headspace, or that all of this is happening for a positive reason. Hold on, let me wait 1 second. It's like I'm getting the messages through, but it's kind of like staticky. It's hard to explain. So let me just wait for 1 second. Yeah, so like I said, this is all about having the faith and the courage to look forward and to move forward, and not it's like walking by faith and not by sight. That's what I'm trying to say. Walking by faith and not by sight. So with the Five of Wands being here, this talks about conflict, and it's right underneath the King of Swords. So with the King of Swords and the Five of Wands, doesn't look like a positive pair because it isn't. The Five of Wands, again, like I said, talks about conflict, and the King of Swords is someone who's conflict avoidant. So in the present moment, you could be trying to approach or trying to confront this King of Swords person, whoever this person was from your past. You could be wanting to confront them or wanting some type of confrontation with them, but I'm seeing that they may be avoiding you. Let me pull one more for that. I feel like, okay, the Four of Swords is coming up with the World card. So the World card in reverse talks about a cycle that just keeps on going round and around. And I feel like this cycle may keep going around because you are wanting, like I said, that confrontation. Like you feel like you need that confrontation in order for you to have peace of mind. And like I'm really getting the energy of this person just being conflict avoidant and them not taking your feelings seriously, or them not trying to face the things that they've done. I'm also getting the energy of like you approaching them and them kind of like finding a way to weasel out of speaking about what they've done. It's like someone who's very slick with their words, or someone who's very, it's like they can easily skip over the actual problem, or if they've done something wrong, they can easily like manipulate the situation to make it look like they haven't. And I feel like you want, I do really feel like you want confrontation with this person. That's why when I said I was reading your past cards, I felt hot. So some of you could be feeling that, like anger is like this heat that's coming off, especially because the Three of Wands is in the middle of your reading, or at the heart of your reading, and you clearly see this person is in the desert. So some of you, like I said, could be feeling really like hot and bothered. Like it's interesting what I'm seeing in my mind, because the Queen of Cups is in the past position. So it's like you could have been calm and cool in the past, or like when it first happened, you kind of felt level-headed, or you kind of felt like you were cooling off, but then it's like a spike and then you feel angry. So it's like I said, how healing comes in waves. You could be feeling like cool, calm, and collective, or you could be feeling like emotional and sad one day, and then the next day you could just be feeling heated and pissed off at this person. So you could be feeling like a lot of love for this person, and then the next day feeling like you want to hurt them, or you want to confront them, or you want some type of issue or conflict with them. For those of you who aren't in a love relationship, I'm hearing that the conflict could be in a family dynamic, and it's the same thing, a family member or family members who are like hot and cold with you, who it's like very inconsistent with. One minute you're getting along with them, one minute you're not, but it's like you have a lot of love and care for them, but it's like they raise your blood pressure, I'm seeing. So this could apply to, like I said, a love situation, a family, a career, but I'm definitely seeing like a wave of emotion going across each person, like within the dynamic, and feeling like there has to be confrontation in order for there to be peace. But I feel like through this, what you're also learning is how to find your own peace or your own closure without confrontation, because some people are just not going to engage with you, even though you have every right to be angry and you have every right to confront that person. Like I said, some people are just conflict avoidant, or they're good at talking their way out of situations, so they won't even engage with you, and then it'll make you feel even more infuriated. And I also felt I feel like this is also talking about learning how to, what is it called? Learning how to validate your own feelings. Like, I feel like this person, this King of Swords person, I'm going to pull one more for them because their energy is coming through really strongly, so they must be really heavily on your mind. I feel like this King of Swords person is someone who does invalidate what you say. Four of Wands. Some of you could be dealing with a twin flame, or just someone who you've had a family with, or someone who you wanted to build a family with. So I feel like this King of Swords person, like I said, is someone who you do have a lot of feelings for, because with the Four of Wands, that's the card of, like I said, the twin flame card, the celebration card, the card of like a happy home and a happy family. But with it being clarified by the King of Swords, that talks about, again, this this happy dynamic not going in your favor, because this person, like I said, could be manipulative, or could be just conflict avoidant, could be very dismissive, could constantly be kind of leaving the home is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a couple different scenarios, like someone who constantly walks out when you're trying to confront them, or it's like anything that you say or do, they kind of invalidate your feelings and they kind of just run and hide from you is what I'm seeing. So I feel like a large lesson that this is teaching you is how to validate your own feelings, because there's going to be people in your life who you come across who are going to invalidate you and try to make you feel like your feelings are not of importance. So this will only bring you closer to yourself emotionally, because you'll be able to give yourself that nurturing and that validation that these other people can't give you. And that's really the point at the end of the day. Because on the surface, we're talking about relationships and we're talking about things going wrong and things of that sort, but underneath it all of our relationships are all just a reflection of what we need to work on internally. So I feel like what you are needing to pay attention to and to work on is learning how to validate yourself, learning how to give yourself closure, and learning how to ride the waves of your emotions and to pay attention to your emotions. Because a lot of the times, the person that we are the most pissed off with or upset with, they're mirroring something back to us about ourselves on the inside. So if you're dealing with a King of Swords person and that person is manipulative, you can, first of all, it's not cool what they're doing. So I'm not justifying what they're doing to you like, oh, this is your fault, this is what you need to learn. It's not cool what they're doing, and you need to honor that and honor that pain. And you know, what am I hearing? Basically what I'm saying is that you need to honor the fact that this person is hurting you and acknowledge the fact that they're wrong and cut them off. But at the same time, you need to also acknowledge that people are a mirror or a reflection of our emotions internally. So if you're dealing with a manipulative person, there's a chance that maybe you manipulate yourself in some ways. If you're dealing with someone who's dismissive, there's a chance that you dismiss your own feelings in some ways. So it's not to justify what they've done to you, like, oh, well, you're attracting this to yourself. It's not like that. It's just that you can use this situation or use this person or people in general to act as a mirror to what's inside of you that you need to work on internally. I hope that came out right. Okay. Sometimes it's like hard for me to formulate my sentences when I'm doing these readings. So let's pull for the future position, and we will look at the future cards in the extended reading, which will be linked in the description box down below. The Six of Cups. I really hope that this Six of Cups is talking about past life energy. I love when past life energy comes up in these readings. It's so exciting to me. Too many cards. So I won't know until I actually clarify. The Five of Pentacles and the World card. So in the near future, this cycle is still not coming to an end for some reason, so we're going to have to look at that in the future. I mean, in the extended, because it looks like this cycle is still not closing for some reason. So then we have the Six of Cups. I'm feeling past life energy from this, I'm telling you, because that World card, talking about a cycle not ending, I feel like it's not ending because something might have went on between you and this person or with you in a past life. I'm hoping that that's the case, because like I said, I love doing past life readings. Like, I love when past life energy comes through. So then we have the Ten of Swords here. So this is positive because you started off the reading with the Ten of Swords in the upright. So a very painful ending. So I feel like in the near future, this situation is concluding, or that pain is somewhat subsiding. But this could also, I'm also getting this energy of, okay, we'll discuss it in the extended. And then the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So this talks about coming out from the cold, coming out from a time period of feeling abandoned or left out in the cold. And like I said, we will talk about this in the extended version of this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. And like I said, in the description box will be the link for the extended version of this video. And I will see you guys over on Vimeo. Bye.